What's going on, my fellow fuzzbutts? Zabu the Sergal here, and I've got a story to share with you guys. Okay, so there's been quite a few people asking me exactly to go in detail about how me and Babylon met, you know, like how we got into a relationship and all these things. So I decided to take a little story time, that way I could just go down the road and just kind of break it all down for you guys. Okay, this dates all the way back to 2010. Even though I did meet her and her group of friends a couple of years back at an anime convention, but I didn't really get to, you know, like actually spend time with them and, you know, like, you know, sit down and hang out, you know. Well, we hung out a little bit at the anime convention, which, you know, there wasn't a whole lot of interactions or whatever, because it was just so, like, a new environment and there was a lot to take in. But anyway, we'll cross that river when it happens. This dates back all the way to spring break in April 2010. We were all up at a camping trip or whatever, and, you know, I was sitting there, you know, in a tent with my friends and all that, well, with our little circle of friends or whatever, and, like, as we would all be hanging out, I'd always notice that there was this girl, this being Babylon. She was always kind of, you know, like, off to the side, you know, just sitting there, not really being a part of the conversation, but just kind of being there. It's like she was just always just sitting there, just watching. Like, I always just kind of wondered, like, who is this chick that's just sitting there just watching? Because at the time, I did have an interest in another girl, but that didn't really go anywhere, and so I'm kind of grateful for that, because if it did, then I probably would not be in the relationship that I am in today. So, moving on a couple of months down the line or whatever, I was trying to get with this one girl, and, you know, things really didn't work out, and so it was just kind of like meh. And so I was scrolling on Facebook or whatever, and I saw that she posted a status about, you know, having some relationship problems of her own or whatever. And so I decided to, you know, just inbox her. I'm just like, you know what, you know, I don't really know you like that. I know that you're that one chick from up there in Mooresville. So yeah, then we just started talking or whatever. You know, we're talking about our relationship problems and stuff like that, and it just so turned out that the guy that she was going after and the girl that I was going after ended up, you know, dropping out on both of us and getting with each other. And I'm just like, yo, that was just like, that like blew my mind right then and there. And so I'm just sitting there thinking like, things like this don't just happen randomly in life, you know? That combined with the fact that, you know, whenever I'm looking for something in a girl, I have like kind of a little criteria that I go for, you know, glasses and braces. That's a little cute thing. I mean, it's not really cute seeing as how, you know, they're ailments, I guess you could say, but I think they're just kind of like aesthetically pleasing, like how some people like, you know, piercings and stuff and all that stuff and whatnot, and yes. And, you know, some people may not like braces, but I'm like, you know what? I actually like braces because I think that they look nice when they're wearing them, and you know that if you stick through it, then that smile is going to be well worth the wait once they get those braces taken off. What? So yeah, she, you know, like glasses and the braces, she had like, you know, really cute smile or whatever. She's got big green shiny, I always say shiny, but she's got nice eyes, and she's got, she had really long hair at the time, and I'm just like, she meets the criteria. This must be the one. Then like out of nowhere, I'm just like, so yeah, maybe you and I should get together. We should hang out and stuff. And she's like, no. It's not gonna be that easy. And I was like, that's another thing that just kind of piqued my interest, because another thing is like, I don't want for getting into a relationship to be too simple to the point where it's just like, yo, we should date. And they're like, okay. So yeah, you know, it was kind of like, you know, leading up to the fact, you know, gave us time to actually get to know each other more, you know, all these things like that. And, you know, as time went on, that's kind of what happened. I mean, yeah, we did have, you know, our ups and downs, mainly, you know, just a couple of family issues because, you know, there were some miscommunications and stuff. And I'm just like, you know, why I gotta be that way? You know, there was some conflict and, excuse me. And, you know, that little type of conflict, because it was, you know, there was a small, like, little racial issue thing going on there. You know, part of me was just like, oh, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? And I was kind of at war with myself, and then that was, like, putting, you know, pulling some strings on our relationship and stuff, but you know, as time went on, you know, we got over those hills and we slowly worked it out. And, you know, it was a pretty good adventure. I mean, you know, every good relationship has its ups and downs, but in the end, if you want to work through it, then you definitely work through it. And that's pretty much what happened. And here we are 5 years later, you know, we're in our own place or whatever, have a child on the way and all that stuff. So yeah, just definitely stick with it. And if you get one of those signs, like if you find that person who meets the perfect criteria, then definitely go ahead and, you know, why not give it a shot? Because if you never do, you never know. So yeah, that's pretty much the story right there. I mean, yeah, I could have gone on longer about it, but I decided to, you know, just kind of cut it down to the nitty gritty and just hit the main points or whatever. And, you know, that's pretty much how it is. But for right now, I'm going to go ahead and close this. So, if you like this video, go ahead and scratch that like button so I can know to post more awesome content in the future. If you want to follow me fast updates, I'll have links posted down in the dividend below to my for Affinity. If you discretion is advised, there'll be content on that site, and that's suitable for all ages. I also have links to my Twitter, my Facebook fan page, and my Instagram down there as well. Follow me on Twitter, talk to me. I'll most likely respond. But as always, my name is Zabu and Sergal, and I'm out of here.